Happy Wednesday.
Happy Wednesday. I'm so like not prepared for these shows at all. Any, I feel like I'm less and less prepared as every day happens. Um, and
Uh, Leaving for Hong Kong tomorrow
yeah, yeah.
during the day. I can't remember what
Nighttime.
that flight is.
I always play nighttime. Yeah,
Nighttime.
yeah.
Cathay Pacific.
United. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. Um, yeah, it's a good flight. 15 hours.
hmm
Um, Flying into the trade wind. That's why. It was
Yeah.
12 hours this way. But yeah, man, I'm starting to feel that like doubt and regret. Like it's weird because it's like at the same time I think BitterClip is basically like launch ready. I'm um I'm currently waiting for all my provider credits to refresh. It's very you can burn through Fable very quickly, and my
Mm.
OpenAI subscription has been tapped out for a while.
Yeah.
Um, so I'm kind of waiting to finish up a few things, but I think it's pretty much ready. And I think we talked about this a little bit yesterday. Like I kind of um somewhat like 180 on like how I think like go to market should work, that it should be like very accessible,
Yeah.
and the sort of ethos of the company is like thermodynamics in some way.
Oh,
Um,
what a great landing page.
oh, thank you. Yeah, I've been working on this. And so I think it's like in decent shape. It's like yeah, what do you think? It's like
Seems great.
pretty
Yeah, you have
clear.
two, do you have two quotes there?
I do, yeah. I've got Andrew and Rohan, my customer
Perfect.
number one and two,
That's
um,
perfect.
talking about what they do. He's head coach and he's founder, and sort of he's talking about how it's eliminating the worst part of his week, which is like slogging through the videos. And for Rohan also, this is sort of he asked him, feel free to change this, but he already gave me a blessing to put something here.
hmm
And yeah, but, so I'm paraphrasing him here, but that he's cutting in Claude while he's already there. Here it kind of shows you the like score that you can mess with for like refining. You can even like kind of play with it. These components are the same components that get injected into ChatGPT.
Nice.
So like I'm thinking to try to make this a standard across like all the bitter properties is like always you always get like the actual component inside the
Mhm.
application externally as well. So
Oh,
I'm
is that a video you can press?
it is it's all playable. The reason I needed to leave my job was that I am my own marketing asset. Like there's no one else who's going to go promote my work more. My
This
breathless
is great.
introduction, and then here you are.
Human content is so valuable now. And uh,
And then one more. So, but this is actually what pops up when you say so. This is this is a simulation. Obviously, this is like a ChatGPT emulator. I'll
yeah,
make it
yeah.
look more like it because this isn't quite how it looks. But this widget inside is the actual widget that gets injected. So the MCP app, it's universal. So it can inject into websites, into chat editors. It's all the same thing. It's just like a web component. And then so it's actually usable. You can go into the editor. Yeah,
Oh,
this is
wow.
I need to like fix this. So this is like what it's like a little bit rough still. Like how the editor inside of mobile is like pretty hard to do because there's quite a things that you need. So like, it's still pretty busy, and economization of space is hard because everything's a trade-off. So it's like which one of these things do you actually not need? Like maybe, this like clip recommender here is like too dominant. I want to use this space maybe a little differently. This is just like polish, but it's kind of good because like this needs to be solved anyways. Like I really, really want it to work well on mobile inside of Claude and ChatGPT
Mhm.
because it's like that's what's so differentiated and
Yeah.
and interesting. And the more people can get away from being in front of their computers, um, at least it's a smaller computer on your phone. I think it's good. And also you can kind of hit when creativity strikes a little bit and stuff. Um, but yeah, it's kind of the idea. Kind of feature it, and then just show there's like publishing functionality. Here's a clip of Andrew training training Adrian. So it's just the footage I have on hand right now. At some point
Yeah.
maybe we'll change
Yeah.
it. A little bit of FAQ. And yeah, and then I'm thinking I want to like have a free plan where you can upload an hour of footage per month and export at 1080p. So it's like still like actually has utility.
Hmm.
I have to eat some loss on that, but the hardest thing for me is getting distribution. So I figure um that's
Maybe that'll help.
maybe
Yeah.
okay, and maybe some of those free ones convert um
Hmm.
and just try to make like sign up really seamless. So I added like Google Auth. So like the goal here is that you can pretty much like start
Yeah.
sign in with Google and then you're presented with the drop zone, like drop your recording. And if you want connect your ChatGPT right there, you can just like query it right like within a minute you should be able to pull it up within ChatGPT basically. That's kind
This
of
is great.
the goal.
Yep.
Um and yeah, just make it like really affordable. Actually try to undercut Descript and Opus Clip. So that's how I kind of landed on $9 a month and just try to
Hmm.
make it like as useful as I can. So that like yeah, like uh yeah, I think that's what's interesting right now. And one thing I noticed, like Rohan was saying like, he wants to streamline his workflow as much as possible. So like, could it automatically import from Riverside? So of course I'm like, yeah, of course. It's like an hour work. It's very easy. Write a connector. But it's not. It's impossible unless you upgrade to like an enterprise plan in Riverside, which is super expensive. So they artificially restrict your ability to extract data out.
Oh,
And it made me
yeah.
say, this is actually something I'm going to be selling. It's like, I will never do that. Like BitterClip, bitter properties are designed to be thermodynamically optimal. Like if it doesn't cost me much to give you a connection or to give you more seats or to give you more shares or to give you more like whatever, I'm
Yeah.
not going to charge you for it. Like I'm going to charge it based on like cost of goods sold, basically. I'll take some margin on it, but that's about it. So like if you want to use BitterClip to embed like media on your site, that costs me money because like downloading gigabytes of videos to hundreds of people, it costs a lot of money. That like I'll meter it and pass it through with like tiny bit of margin, like that, basically, right? And but anything else, like yeah, I don't want to restrict anyone, and I think that's it's just a very different angle than I think a lot of these companies. If you look at Riverside, they're clearly like scheming. Yeah, let's build a little mousetrap, like we'll really get them like stuck and they can't get their data out. Ha ha ha.
Riverside says magic clips on their website. So he uses Riverside and it's not good enough.
Obviously, right? Uh,
Yeah,
uh,
that's so interesting.
yeah. So I think, but I think this is exactly it. I think there's all these software companies that are just resting on their laurels and treating their customers like shit, and just rent seeking. Yeah. Let's see if we can take a little nibble out of them.
Yeah.
That's what I'm thinking. Um, and then yeah, and then have like a pro plan, which yeah, basically it's geared around heavier workloads. Basically, this is like the scaled compute plan, and I think like there I see like lots of ways to like add more value to pro. Right now, it's morely kind of scoped around some initial things to just protect me so that like if you're on a like budget plan, you can't like create runaway costs for me. Basically, is all I'm trying to like figure out in this like V1. But ultimately for the pro plan, yeah, a lot of it has to do with like 4K video, for example, something Rohan like wanted. Supporting that is expensive. And but also I think like for Andrew, if I'm gonna do this like visual diarization, I can see that being pretty compute heavy in terms of multimodal inference. Um, because I think, yeah, there it's like a single pass probably is not sufficient. And probably what you want is like a sort of adversarial environment where you have multiple models trying to analyze and triangulate on the truth. And that
Hmm.
you can basically scale that up and improve the quality, right? And so there's probably some um, like optimal there, which may be
Hmm.
different for different kinds of videos, but I know it's not a single pass. I know it's not just, hey, give this to like Omni and expect a good result. That's for sure not. And so, yeah. So that's kind of one thing is like the pro, I'll just have like much better like AI features. Not I know like
Mhm.
the stance I have is like I don't want to be your agent, but inherently like there is like even on the regular one, you have like an agent like doing a title and description and like a basic table of contents. Um, because that enables your agent to have like a little bit of a like on ramp into it, like to have that context summary at least initially established. Um, and so yeah, I think that's kind of how I'm thinking about it right now. And yeah, like basically it is actually live. I think you can actually already sign up. It looks like I have two or three or four like random people signing up. I don't recognize their emails. So yeah, I guess there's some traffic. So in some ways I'm like really dejected. I'm just like, oh, like I just want to go back to Blue Shift, like beg for my job back. And like what am I doing? And but at the same time it's like okay, maybe it's like that Rohan actually posted this image of like the meme of the guy like mining in the cave, and there's like the
Mhm.
walls like this thin between like
Oh
the
yeah.
diamonds, and then he like turns around. It's like that. So
Yeah.
who knows, that darkest before the dawn type thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, so
That's cool. It seems really good. Um, Next task, figure out how to send traffic there. And I guess you're going to talk to Maddie,
yeah,
uh,
I would.
in
She's
10
on my
minutes.
calendar at 3:30. So,
Cool.
yeah, I mean, if you have time, we can. It'd be awesome if you can join. Especially, you seem to know like everyone, John. Like, what the hell? Like, you're like, oh, like MCP apps? Of course, yeah. My friend's building Sunpeak, and now I'm using Sunpeak. And like, like, oh, like, oh, geez, oh yeah, I know her. Like, it's incredible.
That's
Um,
that's great. I should capitalize on that more somehow.
Some incredible Rolodex. Yeah. A super connector. You're giving a
Yeah, I enjoy being that for sure.
mm,
Haven't had
yeah.
time to use it very much as I've been running upgraded because I've been operational,
Mhm,
but
mhm,
I'd love to use it more.
mhm.
Anyway, th it's really exciting. Looks awesome. And I haven't used it, so I need to use it.
Yeah, we got to
Um,
get our workflow like figured out. I
yeah,
actually maybe I'll
exactly.
look into that because I've even just like taking it from Zoom and putting in our shared Dropbox folder is like too annoying for me because I don't like typing in the name and then from there I need to drop it into BitterClip. Like even
Yeah.
I want to figure out if I can how can I make even going from Zoom into BitterClip easier, but like yeah, at least that's like what I'm doing now. I just have like a one action and I'll probably mess around with the initial intake like inference that happens
Hmm.
so that it should be able to pretty much infer like, hey, my days are labeled like day one, day two, day three. Look at the dates, like makes this is day 20, like obviously, and
Yeah.
like and have a little bit more narrative arc. And I'm not doing that right now. Like the current like title description was just like a quick like one shot and move on as most of the features are right now. And so like rounding back to that, yeah, and just kind of getting a little more native.
So in my BitterClip, I have a handful of projects,
Hmm.
and because they're ones that you shared with me.
Hmm. You have the Mike and John, I guess, or
I have Mike and John, I have Adrian, Mike and Rohan,
oh, okay.
Banker, A16Z.
Yeah, those are all my projects. So I think you're invited to me at like a root level. Oh, I
Yeah,
see. Yeah, I invited you before I had project specific invites.
nice.
So probably I should like migrate you to like, like the Mike and John show for now. So that like
Okay.
it's like scoped correctly.
And let's see what
And
happens. I created JEM personal. I just named one that. But that
yeah,
just means
and I can see it. So
okay. All right.
I'll
Cool.
fix that too. Yeah.
Yep.
So that's
But
interesting.
it's great if we have the Mike and John one with 15 recordings. I'm
Well,
just curious to
basically,
play with it, so I'll
you,
play with this one. I don't.
you
Yeah,
are
take
like a
me out, but
user.
leave me in the Mike and John one.
Exactly. Right now, you're invited as like a user in my account. You're like a seat
Yes.
in my account,
Yeah.
and so I need to actually look at how to disaggregate that so that like you actually should have like an account switcher where you're like you should be able to say like, oh, I want to be in Mike's account, and there I can see that one project, or I'm in my account and there I have like JM personal, etc. So yeah, I need it. This is just. the
And
nasty kind of
then
multi-tenant SaaS edge cases that are always painful to work through.
and how about uh if I'm looking at BitterClip inside of Claude. It
Mhm.
says you're not connected to BitterClip yet. When I click connect, it says OAuth client is not recognized. Well,
Mm,
we can debug offline also.
mm, that's interesting. Should, it's been working. Yeah, we can take a look at that.
Yeah, I mean maybe it has something to do with
Have you tried like
no,
just removing it and re-adding it?
no, didn't do
Okay, yeah,
that.
that's probably why, because the authentication got simpler. So now it like can do the handshake without any secrets like stored or anything. So I think you just need to like remove it from Claude and add it back based on the instructions,
Yeah.
which is basically just pasting the URL now.
But I could be that this connector, it's connected to Claude yours because I can see that it's connected to Michael's Claude connector.
Mm. Mm.
So anyway, maybe um I need to be out of your account.
Hmm.
Uh,
Yeah, it's working for Rohan. He posted actually a really nice video on LinkedIn yesterday where I was like,
oh,
wow,
good.
this looks like really good. Like
That's awesome.
it was like nice to see someone else do it, you know, like
Hmm.
because for me, I'm just constantly looking at it like broken, right? Because I'm like fixing bugs. So, and the
Yeah.
moment it looks good, I move on to the next thing. So I never
Yeah.
actually like experienced the flow that much myself where it's like, okay, it actually does work fine. But yeah, okay. So we'll have to figure out your situation because
Yeah,
yeah,
I'm excited
obviously
to
that's
use
going to
it.
happen where people are inviting each other and they have their own accounts and yeah,
Yeah,
just make that super unambiguous.
that's great.
More bugs.
Mm, I was thinking in the very beginning of this. This is totally different than BitterClip. But it was a story that's fun to tell. When I was living in Hong Kong and I had stopped working on my business, I was working at this VC fund, but I was an entrepreneur in residence. So I was
Mhm.
like half kind of like an associate looking at deals, half trying to start my own company.
Mhm.
And um, but I was also feeling like alone in Hong Kong. And
Mhm.
my the partner at the fund was like, "What's your travel budget?" And I was like, I don't know. I don't know what my travel budget is." And she suggested that I should have, she was like, okay, you should put $15,000 aside every year, and that's your travel budget. And she was talking about how she had managed to live in Hong Kong for like the last 25 years or something with
Mhm.
all of her family back in California.
Mhm.
And she was like, if you ever feel like you miss your mom, like it's literally like a Thursday, you're feeling like, I wish I could see my family, just go. And don't be a baby about time zone change. Like,
Yeah.
uh, don't don't worry about that stuff. Like when you land, you're in the other time zone and you
Yeah.
don't complain
Yeah. I
and
can underwrite
you go hang out with your mom
that.
and you go if you have to be back on Monday, you come back. Or
Mhm.
you have to be back, whatever. Like that's the only way to do it if you're going to live far away is to pretend like it's not far
Mhm.
and say, I have this amount of money that I just spend and I'm gonna spend it.
Mhm. Mhm.
Easier said than done. And
Mhm.
easier said than done when, you have lots of money like she did. But
Yeah.
and her travel budget was not 15,000. That would be
Mhm.
like one ticket. But uh it was really good advice for me to figure out how to deal with staying abroad since I was, in Hong Kong for 5 years or in Hong Kong and China for 5 years and then Sweden for like 6 years.
Mhm.
Just you just have to pretend like the distance isn't that big of a deal.
Mhm.
So
Mhm.
just a fun story I was thinking of.
Yeah. No, it does. It does. You just kind of get used to it. That's true.
Yeah.
Um, yeah. So let's see. I think I'm like nervous if like I think just like the sales and distribution stuff is just so scary for me. So I'm just like and it's like said on the very first day, it's like I know this is like the muscle I need to exercise, and I'm still like very, very like scrawny at it. I don't have like big like sales and muscle, bench press muscles. Yeah.
Yeah.
Um, but so
Well, you already know that it's going to index well because you're going to have it set up like that, and you've had the domain a little while now. Um, so you'll be good at that for sure. And then um, the next thing is like seeing about, I think Maddie will inform a lot of this thinking.
yeah.
Even if you work with her or not, she's just like
Yeah.
she's not gatekeeping anything.
Mhm. Nice.
So she'll probably have good ideas.
Hmm.
And then that's probably I would assume she's going to say you should do things on LinkedIn, Reddit, X, because
Yeah.
those are all free and they can all be automated.
Yeah.
And as long as it's your authentic tone of voice, doesn't matter if it's an AI speaking for you because it's something that you would say. Or like
Mm.
that's one way to think about it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna make like a X account for BitterClip and get that started and
Oh, it should just be your account.
that too. That too.
It's
Yeah.
more authentic,
Yep.
more like talking,
That's true.
more like you talking about it.
Yeah, one thing I wanted to get done today was actually so we got 3 minutes until I'm supposed to hop on this call, but let's just see and we can stop recording and then if she's down, maybe we can even record it and share it too. It's
Hmm.
probably like a good like ad for her too. Like but um Yeah, like I was watching the Light Cone podcast again with the Brex founder, and I thought it was really good. He's like really saying a lot of stuff I'm saying, and like maybe he's even more advanced than me, I would say. And like yeah, I think like the principles discussed were really, really good. But what I was actually observing was like the production value on their podcast. And I noticed now that a lot of podcasts do this is that they open up with like a clip of like a good moment, of like a zinger that the person said, and then comes the jingle and then comes the show, right?
Hmm.
And what's
Yep.
interesting about it is like then like in our show we're just like hello for like 15 seconds and then we like kind of warm up. And
Hmm.
at that point like half the people have dropped off. Like I think on X it was like 6 second is like the average drop off time or something. So
Hmm.
like you kind of have to hook them like within the first like 3 seconds. So they're like, let me see what this guy has to say.
Right.
And
Yeah.
and so I think I want to automate that in BitterClip. Like so maybe like the pro accounts get that or something because it's not like a one shot to do that, I think. Like you probably want to select a bunch of clips, then have like a discretion phase against that where there's kind of like some argument between different models that kind of hones in on one based on a bunch of context and evidence in addition to that. And yeah, that could happen just sealed within BitterClip based on your archives, or ideally also like with your external context. And as we discussed, maybe there's bridges to there at some point. But like that, yeah, you can kind of scale inference there to make it a lot nicer. And so yeah, like salient moment, 10-second like hook. Then we have our little jingle, like Mike and John, like little jingle, and then and ideally also at the very end, like some kind of watermark, even if it's just a 1 second like bitter clip, like just super quick. And the free
Hmm.
accounts, you can't get rid of the watermark. It puts it on there. But it's like not annoying and tasteful and it just plays it at the end real quick, something like that.
Yep.
That's
Yep.
kind of what I'm thinking as like this is kind of like baseline stuff I just want to get out. It's not like a deal breaker, but like I think that'll be helpful to just get this stuff done quick. Um, yeah.
Nice. Let's jump over to Maddie.
Yeah, let me cancel this recording.